used to love me like a sister. You used to hold me like a friend. We used to share a master bed. And we used to...
Oh, and today we're just doing a Just Talk. So come join us while we conversate about conscious understanding.
Yes, consciousness, basically. So from where we left off, last week, has there been any shifts and changes since then? What's been going on with you, sister? Let's start there.
So, Tuesday for the full eclipse moon, the full blood eclipse moon, there was a time for reflection and letting go. Mm-hmm. And so that's what I took that day to just be still.
I had a conversation. This is coming back in full circle. Had that similar conversation because the conversation we were having was about the moon itself. And I missed the moon. I didn't even look, but I basically just like you were doing, reflecting. I was more so releasing. I was more so just being in the moment. Mm-hmm. It makes sense. So when I'm in the moment, I can okay, now I'm in this moment. I can reflect on what it is that I'm truly feeling. What are we really truly feeling? Are we feeling good? Are we feeling here? Is there some releasing that we're feeling? Continue that heart healthy healing type deal. So I was definitely feeling that stillness and being in the moment, especially when you turn everything off and allow just the peacefulness to kick in and just being in silence for a moment. That definitely helped with the reflecting as well.
Yeah, it was definitely once so the evening after we got off our conversation on Monday, mm-hmm. I just got a lot of information about what that moon stood for.
Okay.
And what was supposed to be done during that time frame. And I was like, I feel like I had already done the things because I had, but I was like, let me go ahead and utilize the energy to make sure those things were done. And some new things are coming to an end because I've made some decisions that some things just aren't doing what I want to do. And so I'm going to make some big changes and reflect again. March is a good month right now.
It is.
There's a lot of different things that's going on this month that people should understand that this is a month of eclipses. It's a month of different planetary movements. And so I'm going to utilize what I know about them and move forward in some of the things that I want to do.
And elevate in self. There you go, sister. I truly agree with that. So what have I been doing since we last spoke? Okay, so I am, like I said, I've been working on my animations, getting in there, playing with different styles of animations, learning different platforms that I like to utilize with my animations, and basically, tapping further into my art. I'm utilizing this to tell my story through these animations. A picture is worth 1,000 words.
Yep. Can be perceived as anything.
How many words can one find in, a video or some sort of animation? That's my thought, especially when I'm putting out my animations. I definitely want to speak my truth and share my story, but also still have that inspiration where I'm tapping to the wisdom that I carry. And I was also going over a lecture, of course, studying the chakras, the energy centers and everything. And I came upon, this video was sent to me by another good goddess friend of mine. And it's on the figure Baphomet. Just reading up on that, getting a deeper understanding of what it truly is, the symbolism and everything, why people would fear it and everything. It's actually a 4 hour lecture. So I'm like an hour and some change in, but I've taken a good bit of notes and
Why would people fear it?
because of how the symbolism looks. You got a goat head. It looks scary. It looks vicious. And then I would say, for my perspective, growing up, people feared it because of how the energy that was put into. Oh, don't fear that. That's satanic. That's the devil. That's this. And if you don't have that understanding of the symbolism and you just take on somebody else's understanding or somebody else's how would we say, the programming aspects that start, of course you're going to fear it because you didn't actually get the true understanding of what it really is. And that's what I find so beautifully about being able to tap into this knowledge, because it is nothing to actually fear at all.
And you said it's a chakra?
No, so it ties into that, so it's this gentleman, he's an occultist, and he's giving a class on the symbol of it, and he's basically going, breaking it down, what the 72 conspirators mean, how it resonates with your chakras, how it resonates with your internal magic and stuff like that, why people, fear it, why it was used for people to be feared, but actually it shouldn't be a symbolism of fear.
What's the symbol look like?
So Baphomet is the goat-headed deity that people would see, and you see he has one arm up, one arm down. He's sitting in a lotus position. I don't know if you've seen that symbol.
Does he have the star behind him?
He has, he does, and some of them he does, and then in his horns he has like a torch in the middle of it. But yeah,
Okay.
yes, that he talks about that too. How the three-pointed
Talking about what?
star, how that star, coincides with Baphomet as well. So he's breaking all of that down. I wrote a lot of it down. So like I said, I'm on like an hour and some change in it. So it's a 4 hour lecture, and it's definitely eye-opening. It's definitely eye-opening for anybody that's interested in understanding it, instead of taking on something that's been programmed for someone to fear. Because I do remember being in college. I think I was in my early 20s, and I do remember there was this young lady. She was very, very heavily in Christianity. So she would see that symbol and she would freak out about it. So, in that sense, as that age, I think I was like in my early 20s, and I always wanted to know, why was this one symbol so fearful, in people? Why would people fear this symbol in general? And I will say I had moments where I was like, I don't understand this symbol. It looks scary, but let me go and do my due diligence and get the understanding for self.
So it's the Luciferian symbol.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I studied about the Luciferian situation because I wanted to know. So I studied that. Yeah, I have a good understanding of it. That's why I was trying to get a good understanding of what the symbol looked like.
Oh, got you. But with his perspective, how he broke it down, because he definitely has a book on it. He has a complete book on it and a complete class. I love his perspective because he's not only showing you the symbolism, but he's breaking it down, giving you the reference, also giving you other books to read so you can source for yourself. So I do like his perspective and how he broke it down. So yeah, I was like,
Right.
I already knew this stuff already, stuff that I already knew. But the key thing that, I took from it, why, most people feared it, because they didn't understand it.
So you already knew the information he was putting out? Where'd you get it from? Do you know?
The information, well, this video was sent to me from a friend.
Right.
So, and it was just information from when I would go to church, I would read, books like the Bible and stuff. I would hear stuff, and when I would hear it, I would go actually look it up. I wasn't fully into the church, sis, but when stuff pinged my consciousness, I was like, why is that? Why is this? Let me go search this up. And I would search it up, and then him bringing it back around. I was like, oh, that's what that was. Oh,
Oh, that
okay,
what
yeah.
was it? The parts about him in the light.
That just the fact that he's a symbol of just your own empowerment in general. Like it's nothing to be feared. He talked about how our bodies is a portion, our lower chakras is our animalistic self. And he started to explain how the animals, when they use symbolisms for animals, they're referring to your animalistic self, lower chakra. So, man, it's some deep stuff, sis. I'm gonna continue reading it. I want to continue to watch it, so I'm gonna continue to watch it. He has a book as well, so I'm gonna invest in that book too as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah.
I like that.
I love it.
Yep. I'm still doing the same stuff. I'm not on the planet with any of my stuff. I mean, because I like the, like we've talked about this many of times. I like the way, everybody breaks different things down, but I don't care about the mundane no more. It's more or less like, how do I as a person, not even that, how do I as a spirit move through this earth where I can move in a way that none of this has anything to do with me and doesn't affect me. So more like the wind. If we had to put an understanding to it, how do I move through this earth more like the wind versus being stuck and stagnant, or not ever coming to my own conclusion on what things are, always going to a source and picking it up. Because, like I said, I believe that AI is the AI that's built within us. I believe that whatever we do, we don't have to try. And so every time we try to do something, it cuts it off. So why try? We set our houses up in a position where they look, if you don't overthink it and you let your first mind talk about it, then you do what your first mind says, then you're in alignment with yourself. If you overthink it and you jump over the first mind, then you're falling into the program. So I've just been on that situation, listening to some different guys, listening to this different podcaster now who talks about language and how once we speak it, it's the depth of it is already lost, and makes a lot of sense because words are subjective in some ways, so that no matter what a person says or how straightforward they try to say it, the magnitude and the understanding is still lost in there. So I've been following him.
When he says that the magnitude and the understanding is lost in there, is that due to people not, is he saying, is that due to people not understanding how to communicate with one another? How we talk about the birth charts, stuff like that?
I mean, but if you want to go that route, you can, because nobody is, unless they think and speak like you, they're not really going to grasp the whole understanding. But words slow down or stop. So if we think about the Tao Te Ching, when it talks about once it's been spoken, you lose the understanding of it or the depth of it. And that's true as for the ancient text. So it was also why most of your ancients spoke in parables and riddles. Because even trying to explain it straightforward, the person or the people are still going to misunderstand what it is. Yeah, so I've been watching him because I like that. Words stop everything.
You know how I was just saying, a lot of people don't understand like certain symbolisms. Do you feel with that, because this thought came up, words are verbal symbolism, and because of that, they wouldn't understand it truly due to that? If that makes sense. Hopefully that makes
So it's more or less like we talked about this before too. If you try to explain to somebody what the sun looks like who can't see or never seen the sun, or how do you explain a color to somebody that's never experienced it?
Got
So
you.
trying to experience or trying to explain to somebody consciousness, you can't. You can't explain it. Just like when people try to explain awakening, everybody's like, oh, we awaken, we're awakened. What are you woken up to? You see what I'm saying? Is it that you're breaking out of the program and you see that you've been controlled? Or are you really woke to understanding what the spirit is? Because if you are, you didn't wake up. We've always been connected. So what are you waking up to? Consciousness. We're already conscious. We've just been programmed. So to understand consciousness would be to break out of a program and understand that I don't have to do. All I have to do is be.
And watching this segment, he was mentioning, your brain is your false you, your heart is your true you. When you speak, you can speak from the heart and everything, and that's truly you. You're in the flow. You don't have to try anything because you're flowing, because basically that you're truly you. You're truly authentically flowing.
I can see that, but I can also see where that could be something that somebody could misunderstand, because if we don't have our brain, then, or if we don't utilize that as well, we can't navigate through this life. Because if you navigate from the heart all the time, where will you be? The spirit is all of us.
Yeah.
And the spine is the antenna, and the motherboard is the brain.
Right.
So we need it all. We just have to learn how to get them connected so that we're using all of it instead of just using a portion of it.
Yeah. But, I don't think that's what he was implying. I don't feel that way. Just him basically explaining and understanding. Overall, have that heart and mind coherence. Have that balance where you can work in harmony within yourself. But until then, whenever someone is ready for that knowledge, they'll be ready. If it's this lifetime, if or when. And going back to when you was talking about your first thought, I noticed, I was thinking some time ago, it's been a while. I said every time my first thought told me something, it was always the right thought. It's just, I was like, no, that don't sound right, because that just, even if it was the most outlandish thought, and I'm like, self, are you sure? It was always the right thought. So I just thought I'd put that in there. Go ahead, sis.
No, and that I'm glad you did, because that proves exactly what I was just saying, is that we need the mind, because the first thought comes through the mind.
Yeah, but I also feel it also comes from here up here, because you have that heart and mind.
So then you felt it in the heart before you felt it in the mind.
I did, and it felt right, But my mind was like, that don't sound right.
What about the gut?
My gut was, I had no issue with my gut.
No, what I'm saying is that a lot of people get a gut feeling. So that's why I say I'm going back to the old ways, because there are astrology and human design, because everybody gets it in a different area. You see what I'm saying?
I always get a gut feeling if something ain't right. If I feel
well, that's you. You see what I'm saying? A lot of times people get a gut feeling, especially if you're a generator. Generators come from the gut feeling, and that's how they're supposed to be able to make decisions.
I got you. And this is what we were talking about. It works different for everyone.
Yeah, that's why I said astrology is right where I am, because with astrology, the person knows themselves. Knowing yourself, they won't need us. Once they know themselves, they won't need us, because the only thing another person is going to do is make you second guess what it is that needs to be done, unless they completely understand what it is that you're saying, and the expression behind the words don't always come out the way they're said.
Yeah, and I've said that before as well, because I've mentioned, how people talk, the different words and the verbiage and everything. But since me knowing myself, if I feel it and it's fluent and it feels good through my heart, and I'm speaking it, and my mind is like, okay, it's, yeah, this is the right thought. But, if it's a gut feeling, especially if I feel like I gotta go do number two, we gotta rethink this, because I've had moments like that. So either or, when I have that gut feeling, it still be one of those first thought feelings, and I'm just like, okay, let me sit with this, because me is telling me something isn't right here, or I need to take a second look. Other than that,
Right.
when you know yourself, you know your body, you can listen to your body.
Right. Yeah, I love it.
Mhm.
Outside of that, I was listening to that. He's been the only thing that I've been on right now, outside of astrology. Like I said, I don't find anything on the planet anymore that significant to.
Because you asked, what's the point?
Well, yeah, because I mean, I feel like it's logical. I don't feel like we were here to play a game, and I get it's for the experiences, but the whole concept of chasing money to live in a box so that we can, have these different situations, I don't really think it's helping us to be what a full human is supposed to be like. I think that we've watered it down and reduced it to a point of the matter is we have lost all understanding of what we're here for. And so to be able to find that purpose for self and be able to go out and do it, it's just been one of those things that I've been wanting to figure out. How do I not have to be so mundane?
Since I have a question, do you think everything here is logical? Or do you feel that there are some things that are just not logical?
So if you talk to me as an Aquarius, everything is logical, because with my placements, it's logic and analyzing. But then when I think about who I am on my spiritual journey, everything is metaphysical, and that's metaphysics and physics. I mean, is where I want to thrive and understand more. I really don't. The other stuff, and it's not somebody else's understanding I want. I want my own understanding. I want my own discovery. I want my own experience in this, so that I could say, okay, I get it,
Yeah.
And on this journey that I've been on, this is where I've come to thus far. And I've been on this journey for many years now. And I'm at a point now where half of this stuff don't even make sense. Why do we care about who Lucifer was and what he did? He's not here. You see what I'm saying? Why do we care about what some of these other entities did when their ancestral understanding is already in us? So the knowledge is there. We have to access it.
Yeah, I agree. We got to also look at it as also they could be a symbolism, which is another thing too. So that's probably one thing most people will want to learn about these symbolism. Why, like you said, why do people care? Oh, people care because it's this, it's that. Like you said, it's the essence within you, so that they can have that understanding. So.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, when you come on this journey, you're still fighting for understanding of the metaphysical area.
Got it.
And so that's why I said
it's an individual development as well. So you'll also understand that works for you. Okay, that works for you. That works for you. I love that. That works for you. You'll see what rocks and rolls for you on this journey. So you wouldn't even really care what works for somebody else, as long as you're getting what you need, your knowledge and understanding to get what you need to elevate yourself.
Right. Yeah. I don't know. Once again, the point of the matter is that we're all trying to get out of a box and trying to figure out how to get out of that box. But what does it look like to you to get out of that box?
Right. Very much so.
I'm asking you this, what does it look like for you to come out and get out of your box?
See, it's different for me.
I
I
don't.
go off of what it is. Yeah, of course. I'm going off of what it is that I'm fearful of.
Mm,
Why am I fearful of certain things? Okay, whatever it is, I'm fearful of. Lean into it. Go
mhm.
discover it. Because if I'm going to continue to be fearful of it and not try to tap into it, I'm already giving my keys to somebody to, manhandle and manipulate my life. That's how I'm thinking. I'm not finna allow anything to fear me. So whatever it is, lean into it and discover it. And then once I discover it, I'm like, this is what I was scared of? Like, really? It's nothing. It's nothing, self. It's something that was always within you that's been portrayed externally into a symbol that fear people to not tap in within themselves so that they can understand their true authenticity. So that's where I'm going with that, sis. That's what it takes for me as well, far as the box.
And that's the thing. I have no fear in none of the symbols. I have no fear in, if it can't kill me, what am I scared of it for? We
Yeah,
still don't know
you've
if there's a
gotten
true
there.
heaven or hell.
You've
So,
gotten there for yourself and stuff
yeah.
like that. But there are individuals still out there who still need that. So I'm showing that love and compassion for those. Now I would
Mm,
say in that sense, being able to understand these symbols, it does nothing but make me want to work with the symbols. Now, like how you use the planetary alignments. Oh, I could use this for my better benefits.
mm,
Okay. Okay, y'all done did some shit. Nah.
mm.
Okay, you done stirred some shit up. Now I'm finna do some shit. I'm finna do some good shit, and it's good for me. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Star. So that's what I love about it too, as well. With you and your astrology, you do the same thing. I didn't even think of that moon, but what I was thinking on was the symbols, and I'm finding myself. I'm drawn more so to symbolism.
Mm. Very good. Very good. Yeah. I mean, the planets are always those things that, because I feel like they're more connected to consciousness than anything. We can create most of the stuff that's already created here on Earth. We can create it. We can make it better. We can copy it. We can add to it. We can take away from it. But you can't do that to those planets, and you can't take away from them. You can't add to them. You can't do none of that. They are who they are, what they are here on the earth.
Mhm.
And I love the fact that it's something that although we go out there and we explore them, you still can't control them. You can't tamper with them. Um, their movement is going to be, they're going to move like that. They've been moving like that. And they've been controlling the things on this earth. And as well as the earth itself being a planet that we look at all the other planets and don't look at how this planet, it does its thing. And I just,
She
I don't, I just see that that's the biggest portion to me. I love it. But at the end of the day, still, it's astrology, still something that man came up with. But the older stuff like that came from an understanding that was deeper than where we're coming from now.
Mhm.
And we have to pull on somebody's understanding in order to gather information on our own understanding. But what happens when we put that information that somebody has in a book or a podcast or their point of view, what happens when we put that down and we just contemplate on it for ourselves, get our own understanding? Should I be scared of this? Why would I be scared of this? Should I do this? Why would I do this? And get our own understanding on it and move in your own essence. I love it. And so that's where I am in this journey, this thing we call life.
Okay. Very much so.
You know,
Okay.
they say you can hear it, feel it, see it, whatever. So bring it on. That's what I wanted. It's interesting to hear, the things that you do, because I can see where I was when I was around your age, what I was doing at that time and where I was in my journey. And it's interesting to see how we come together with people, and you can say, okay, yeah, I remember when I was, doing that and where I was on this side. It might not look exactly the same, but in a mental understanding it was. And I love it.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't really share too much of what it is that I be doing because a lot of this stuff, I'm doing for, internal self anyway. And I
Mhm.
found that, on this journey, it's not really always something that actually, oh my God, I'm studying this. It's not really something that, I really want to boast about because, I show that by just being who I am. So,
Yeah.
people like, oh, you studying that? Oh, you know about that? I'm like, yeah, just floating, and then you connect with people who be like, well, tell me your thoughts, let's exchange wisdom and knowledge on this. I had some amazing conversations with people who exchange, even people who've been doing this maybe 50 plus years, sharing
Hmm.
knowledge and just hearing their journey and their experience and how they got started. And like you said, you can see it. It may look different, but you're like, I remember that. I remember that. I
Yeah.
remember that time. I remember what I learned from there. So yeah, I get that.
Yeah. I love it. I think everybody should be on a self journey to finding or contemplating whatever it is in their aspects, because we're getting ready. This box is changing, and I can see it. I've seen it over and over and over again. And I think a lot of people think that we're getting ready to come out of a box, but we're actually traveling into another box, and society wise.
So since when you say that, because I think about it too as well, what makes you see like the box in general as society as a whole? Because like you said, others say, "Oh, we getting out of this box," but what is it that the box is like? Nah, y'all about to slide right on in another one. What examples could you give that show you
Um,
that?
so this one's tricky, but if you can see patterns in society, then you'll see the societal patterns that are happening now. And like they said, some can see it and some can't, but there are patterns that I can see. And I was just like, okay, um, we thought the age of Aquarius was going to, enlighten us, awaken us, and this and that and other. But it's not enlightening and waking up anybody. What it's doing is just changing who we were versus who we need to be in this age.
Mm-hmm.
So whatever in the Piscean age, where it was a dreamy, being able to cloud judgment and being able to pull the wool over people's eyes, in Aquarius, of course, that wool has to come off the eyes, but that doesn't mean
I'm gonna do this, blow it right on up.
that does not exactly mean that it doesn't mean that everybody is going to be on a true spiritual understanding. So it's going to basically mean that once it's shaped into Aquarius, people are going to move like that.
Mm-hmm.
And they're going to shift like that. And you can see it. I mean, because I know you say you don't get on not TikTok, but social media that often, but I've already started to see, and it's already shown itself from before, that if Pisces was a box that was blue, and I'm just throwing out a color, then Aquarius is going to be a box that's purple. And this isn't frequency, this isn't wavelength, this isn't any of that. This is, we moved from one room that was blue, and now we're traveling into another room that is purple, and the structure looks
Nobody's
different.
questioning it. Let's start. Why did we go from blue to purple?
It's all like, right now they dub it as awakening, spiritual understanding. It's got all these different names on it, and this is, again, once more people are looking into symbolism, more people are looking into these different occultisms, and dissecting religion and all of these things. The box is still the box.
Mm-hmm.
It's a different feel about it. So those are the things that are changing, and everybody thinks that it's going to be enlightening. And so, of course, what's it going to look like when we leave the age of Aquarius into the age of Capricorn? It's another box or another version of the game that's going to be played. And how do you break away from some of these normalities?
Sis, have you ever thought maybe it's just truly something that they do resonate with, and that's something that they supposed to take off on their path with?
Oh no, I wouldn't. I would never say that that's not it. What I'm saying is that that's what everybody's getting ready to do. You see what I'm saying? Think about it. When I got on my spiritual journey, it was a handful of people who were doing it, but of course they were doing it in the 70s, but it dropped off for a little bit, and more religion, depending on where you are, who you're with. You see what I'm saying? But now it's becoming more common.
Knowledge has been, available. More knowledge has been even more available, I would say.
The knowledge has always been there. The knowledge has always been there because the knowledge has traveled through ages.
Yeah,
it's just now.
I know that though, sis. That's what I'm getting at.
But that's what I'm saying. That's why I say the box and the color of the box has changed. Right. Because in the Piscean age, it wasn't, okay, the knowledge was there, but only the ones who were understood at that point could break away from the dreamy stage and actually say this is this. But the masses would say that those people were crazy.
Yeah.
Now you're moving into the age of Aquarius, where it's got the positives and the negatives of Aquarius. It's not going to be all positive. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. But the understanding is now that these things came into this area. Now more people are, I'm enlightened, I'm understood, I'm this, I'm that, I'm the other. Once again, it goes back to the words that are being used that keep people inside of a box already.
As well as the pictures. Remember how we said the pictures is worth 1,000 words? People can make a video, and I've seen where people will just watch the video. Oh, I got the knowledge, I got this, I got that. Just like, okay, that was good knowledge, but I'm going to go beyond the video. I'm going to go beyond and do that. So
it's different box, different color, age of Aquarius, age of Pisces, we're going to see. Yeah. So that's why I say it's just society is going to shift. If some of the things that we think are going to break down are going to break down, they're going to re-arise in a different structure. And it's going to look good once it gets there, because in order to climb a wall, you have to start at the bottom, and until it starts to get easy, it's rough. Right. And once it gets to that level where it starts to thin itself out, everybody's going to be okay. This is, we're all on the same page. We're this, we're that, we're the other. Come the end of the age of Aquarius, which is hundreds of years away, going into the age of Capricorn, that structure is going to fall too.
Yeah, it'll be totally.
And the new structure is going to come back up. Yeah. So I was like, I sat back and I was talking to my daughter, and I said, this game is getting ready to get harder, where we think it's going to get easier. And now you're going to have to be able to do more than just decipher what's real. You're going to have to know what's real.
He's so cute, my dog.
Yeah. So if you're not in tune with knowing what's real, we're in the I know. People are still using the I am. I understand why. I wouldn't say that they're not. But when you use that I know, that's the age of Aquarius.
Very much so. Very much
Still
so.
Another box.
All of that. and take what you will, family. We just giving you our perspectives on things, beautiful perspectives. If you are on your path, congratulations. We want to honor you and celebrate you and give you that love and that support. Find your light and fix your crown. You're not going to stay in that one study all the time, because you might find something else that resonates, and then you're like, hold on, this and that go together like a puzzle piece. Then you start to see all of it all is all interconnected, and when you finally sit with self and you're like, okay, I understand this, I can do without this, I can do without this, I can make this happen, I can make that happen. So follow your path, do what it is for you. Follow you, basically just follow you. Trust your first thought. Sometimes you may need to question it. If you need to question it, sit with it. Just sit with it. I had to. And I found out the hard way. My first thought was the right thought, but I needed that experience because I sat with it. So I got the experience. Now it's in my wisdom vault of wisdom and knowledge in here and everything. So love y'all for that. What's up?
Yeah. Oh, no, I would never tell anybody not to do what's for them. I'm not here to tell anybody to do it any specific way. I think that's why we stay in a communal or a civilization type of situation, because we need somebody to tell us how to do it, which way to do it. And that's not, a leader doesn't tell people how to do anything other than give them advice and understanding and where the things are that need to be placed. I'm not going to come in your house and tell you to lay it out this way. I'm not going to tell you to wear this specific color for this specific thing.
Yeah.
It might work for me, it might not work for you.
Yeah.
And I think that's where sometimes we lose connection. We have something guiding us already.
Yeah.
Once you connect to your compass, and this is, once again, I'm going to say this is my understanding. Once you connect to your internal compass, no manly anything is going to override that. Because our internal compass is the portion of God that He gave us, God, Creator, whatever you want to call it, that He gave to us so that we can be completely connected. Once you're living by that, then nothing else on this planet can it can do you no harm, because you already know that you've been here before, and if you choose to come back, you'll come back. You already know that the person that you came here to be, you don't have to try. You just have to break out of the character that somebody already told you you needed to be. But you basically need nothing on this earth except for your internal compass and to follow that.
All of that. When you understand that internal compass and it leads you to that peace, man, you get a taste of your peace. And you sit in that, man, I love my peace. When you said you don't really need nothing, I was like, peace. I love my peace. When I'm just sitting and I'm not doing nothing, not needing anything, I'm sitting in my peace. And that is worth more than any dime, any penny, anything really. So peace is a peace of mind. I'm pretty sure a lot of people would love that peace of mind. That's good. Well, peace and peach go together. You know what I'm saying? Have a peaceful moment biting the peach. And when you were talking, I was thinking of a saying. You know how they say, nothing to fear is nothing but fear itself. I think I said that wrong, but you get what I'm saying. You know, a lot of people, I do feel still fear into tapping into, well, is this right? I don't know, so and so sure, or they just like, I don't know the direction or nothing like that. Do you think it's a thing of fear too as well, sis? What do you think of that?
For different people, it's going to be different things. There's still people fighting through traumas, fears. I mean, somebody's always going to be fighting through something. So for each one of them, it'd be for them to discover and start to get a grasp on how to move around it, how to let go of it. Yeah, I think it's, for different people, it's a lot of different things.
Very much so. It's supposed to be raining. It was raining yesterday. Had a nice little thunderstorm, but the breeze is still nice. How's the weather there, sister?
Cold. It's cold.
Your facial expression, you was like, oh, it's cold.
It is. It's cold. It's one of those things where it's just like, I'm over this weather.
Yeah.
I met a girl the other day who was from Georgia. We were talking about where she was from, and she's been up here since January.
Yeah.
And I told her, I said, oh, okay. And then I met a gentleman yesterday who was from Ghana. And we were in the mall. He was trying to get us to smell different body oils or whatever, right? And so I usually acknowledge them because they have a job too. You see what I'm saying? So I try not to be rude, but if I'm in a rush, I'm gonna tell you no. but we were just strolling. And so he was like, smell this. And I smelled it. And I was like, okay, you know. He was like telling me about the company and this and that and other. He pulled out this scent. And I was like, well, let me smell it. He said, you're not going to like it. And I said,
I'm liking it.
Yeah.
I figured.
I said, I'm American, but I'm not American. I was like, I'm not like your typical American woman. And so we got to talking and explaining different things. I got to talk to him a little bit about astrology, and then I went on about my way.
Okay.
But yesterday was pretty good. But it's cold and I'm over it, and I'm ready to get to where there's some sunshine and some heat.
Well, we had some sunshine for a little bit, but we're gonna have a little rainy weather for a few risings. So I may go outside, dance in the rain a little bit. I like to do that.
It rained. It did. It's still like yesterday. It kind of drizzled. Was it yesterday? You know what? It seems like the weather is, if it's not cold, it's raining, and if it's not raining, it's snowing. So there. That's it.
Like, it's changing this other way. Okay, weather. Okay, changing this other way. I love it.
So
got the sun come out then, sis. Just a little bit. It peeked through a little bit. It peeked through for you a little bit. I just want
this is the thing I want to see what it looks like when these poles change.
Ooh. Okay. You been reading up on that?
No, it's been something that's been coming up a lot.
Okay.
But the earth is changing. Mm-hmm. I just want to know what it's going to look like. How is it going to be as devastating as they make it seem? Because every time the earth changes, it gets rid of something.
It does. It does. Control, Alt, Delete. That definitely does.
Yeah. And that's where I'm at now. What's changing? What's it going to look like? What's the earth going to look like?
The earth took her antibiotic, and whatever the antibiotic went, it just took it on with it. So yeah, she took her antibiotic. That's all.
Yeah, I just I want to see where this is gonna go, because I might end up back up here, because it might be warmer up here than it is down there.
Down there.
I just want to see.
Here.
Yeah, I just want to see, and then after that, I'll be like, okay, are these two states really gonna, go underwater? Are they gonna stay up above? Are we gonna get rid of something? And are you gonna give us? I think there's more Earth.
No, I was aware a little bit about that. I didn't tap fully in. You said 2 states. I only heard of one. I didn't know it was 2. I was aware of New York, but I wasn't aware of any other.
Florida.
Oh, okay. Oh, that. Well, we are.
In California, breaking off or doing whatever it's supposed to do, because the tectonic plates, they said they are shifting. Mm-hmm. And something else I was looking at said something about there's been a lot of volcano eruptions, which is just more land. So are we going to be able to walk from continent to continent now?
Sorry, sis. You just threw that out there.
What's that?
Oh, the volcano. He was like, the volcano. He was like, well, by the way, that's free land.
Yeah, it's more land. You know what I'm saying? It's one of those things where when volcanoes erupt, the lava just, once it solidifies, it's just more land.
Mm-hmm. Basically.
I do know that they say that usually during this time frame, the deserts become more water.
Yeah.
And I just want to see.
Because there is a what area is that? Somewhere in California is a actual. They said it was a desert, and it was like, that area is definitely going to be moisty. I
used to live out in that area. You got it, because it's connected to Las Vegas and Barstow, Death Valley. From Las Vegas all the way up to about Victorville, maybe a little bit past. That's all like desert area.
I would see some of that on like little cartoons and stuff, especially when you said Death Valley. Is that like a long stretch? Like
Well, Death Valley is actually one of the hottest parts of the United States.
Okay.
Yeah,
Right.
NTC.
I ain't been there, y'all.
NTC.
That one? Oh, that one. I was on
the
the
desert.
bus, sleeping. Okay, that's why I didn't see it. I was asleep, baby. That ride
I
was
lived out there for.
a good ride. I was
My
asleep.
dad was stationed out there. That's all hot and desert.
I only went there that one time. I slept on the bus ride there, and I slept on the bus ride back. Okay, soon as
But
I
you did
got
get
off,
off the bus.
I got on the bus and I got off the bus. And when I was on the bus, I fell asleep. Something about that motion in the ocean of, riding on the bus, and I just find my relaxed mode. I just went to sleep, slobbing everything the whole time. I needed that rest. But yeah, I've been out to NTC once. And
For how long?
we did it for, I think it was a month or two. It wasn't that long. It wasn't that long.
What part of the year?
We went in, I believe it was like April or May.
Yeah, hot.
Yeah, we went April or May, and then that following, I want to say September, October, we went out to do our rotation after that. Yeah, it was. I saw a sandstorm there too a little bit. My first sandstorm was actually in Oklahoma at Fort Sill. Now that one was a little bit worse than the one in California, but I don't like all that sand, especially, in the tent, in my boots, and I ain't like all that.
I was a dependent, so I lived out there for about 3 years. And then my husband was stationed out there, so I think I stayed an extra year or so. But it's just hot and it's desert, and but they say like the deserts over in the eastern part of the world.
Come out like Iraq and all of them.
Yeah, some of them are. Yeah, I mean, you could say those areas, Egypt and all of that. That's desert type situations. They say there's been times where they become more water filled. A lot of those areas where you see the sand dunes and stuff like that are water filled.
Okay.
So,
yeah.
But I don't know. Like I said, I don't know what it looks like because it's not a drastic change. And so we've got 200 and something years to be in the age of Aquarius. So,
we'll both be dead and gone.
And probably returned a couple times.
Who knows? Wherever our journey takes us.
So it's just interesting to be able to see some of this stuff, but then to see, like I said, some of the patterns that I've seen in the societies that have fallen and risen and fallen and risen and fallen and risen, you can just see that the box changes.
Yeah. Only thing that changed was the buildings, the structures, and stuff like the clothing.
The mentalities change.
That too.
Yeah, the mentality change. Yeah. So that's what we're seeing now. We're seeing the mentality change. We're seeing the understandings change, and it all lines up to being, Aquarius understanding.
Oh, the sun came up some more for you, sis. There you go. You see it?
That's not benefiting me. That is not benefiting me at all.
Well, I'm doing my best here. I'm doing my best. I'm gonna stop doing my best. God darn it, trying to share some sunshine.
That's benefiting you. You're pulling it on your side.
I'm trying to share. Energetically.
I don't want to see it. I want to feel it.
In the meantime,
that's like somebody saying they thirsty, and you say, "Well, I got some water right here. I'm gonna drink some. It tastes good."
Well, I mean, if we were side by side, of course, but we gotta use what we got, okay? Ain't that's what magic about, using what you got, okay? Your imagination.
Yeah, I can see it, so I don't have to imagine it, but the heat is not coming from it. And when you look out here, it's gray.
Yeah. Okay. I feel you. I trust me. I feel you, sis. You
It was great. So yeah, I just that's where I've been at, mentally.
Yes, very
Yeah,
much.
mentally. I have sat back and said, what's it going to look like in 5 years?
What's it going? What's it
Because a
going?
lot of this is going to even out somewhere.
It will. It most definitely will. It's gonna play itself on out. Who's got the role of what? You know what I'm saying? Just let it do its thing. Until then, I'm gonna float on in my little boat, and just continue to elevate within self. Be that example. Like I said, you said a leader doesn't tell a person or stuff. You can give advice. I can just lead by example. Hey, if you don't know, hey man, just you can take a page out of my book, read it, take what you get from it, and make it your own, or go from there. But that's basically it with me, Sister.
Yeah, that's where I've been. Just, I guess somebody needed something to do, so we created this.
And y'all know what makes me laugh is your nonchalantness and the facial expression. You mixing that together, it's comical to me.
Yeah, I mean, I understand.
It's comical to me. So if I'm laughing, that is what I'm laughing at. I find the
You're good.
and sense of humor in everything, because at the end of the day, what we so uptight about? Why we got our panties in our drawers all up wadded in our booty holes and stuff like that? Why? It's a moment of being in a relaxed state and enjoying and having a conversation. We're being truly human as possible right now and enjoying the moment. Sis, are you there? Did you freeze? Sis?
No, I think,
Okay.
I don't know. You was froze on here. That's why I was just like, I could hear you, but you was froze completely.
Yeah, I saw you was like, I said, okay.
So when you freeze, I try to just stay because I don't know if it's on your end or my end. So I just try to stay in one position.
So we did the mannequin pose on each of each other's end. Because, I was like, is she taking a picture? Hey.
No, I didn't know if you was froze on your end. That's what I was going to tell you too. At the beginning, the screen went black.
Oh, okay.
So you might want to look through this.
Well, you was still here. It was still recording. You was just, I was like, okay, we taking a modeling picture. All right, there it go again. Okay, there it goes. You froze a little bit, sis, but it's still recorded. I'll definitely take a look into it though.
Yeah, because I don't know if it's on your end. If it's on my end, then I just try to, be in the same position so I could look like, I know what's going on your end.
You did your thing, sis. You did your thing. I told you, you did your thing. You was giving, okay, Keisha, now let's do another side. Okay, next angle. Do you ever see yourself doing that one day with your crochet outfits? Just you having a little fashion shoot with yourself. Like, do you ever think
I've had so many ideas, it's not even funny. Right now, it's just sitting back and not even waiting, just sitting back to see what I want to do and when I want to do it.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not really, so when I was in my 20s, pictures and all, I really didn't take a lot of pictures then. I think when I was more or less in my 30s, when I was doing makeup and stuff like that, and in makeup artistry school, I took more pictures. I'm not really a picture person. This whole computer stuff right here, I'd rather sit in a room of people and actually talk to them than, being on a computer and, being that type of thing. I do like my own energy, but I like being amongst people, especially when you can see that when you listen to them and their stories and you can see the puzzle pieces, you can kind of guide them to make the decisions that they need for themselves. I like doing those types of things. I like doing that, and that would be more or less my speed. This right here, to me, it's still very impersonal.
Yeah, very much so. Starway, you don't want to pick up and laugh. Okay. I'm still here.
I tell you all the time.
Yeah.
I'm not this whole earth thing. Like you got all the earth placements. You see what I'm saying?
I do.
You're grounded here. You see,
Yeah.
me, I'm just like, why are we doing this? Why are we doing that? Why does it do this? Why do we have to do it that way? Why are we all doing the same thing? It's one of those things where, like I told you before, I like meeting people when they don't have the mask on.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
I like for people to be authentically themselves.
I'll show you
You see what I'm saying? And so when I see, we all live in the same type of structure, and we talk about like home associations and how it has to be very this, that, and the other. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, why would I pay for a piece of land or a property or have a house on some property, and then I got people telling me what I can and what I can't do with it?
Oh, now, come on now. That's facts. That's facts. It ain't really yours.
And then I start to see how they're building these houses with all this fake material. Why? Oh, well, we don't want to chop down no more trees or this or that other, but that was what we were supposed to be living in the first place. You see what I'm saying? We got all these materials around us. I'm sitting here like, what's the point?
So next time you exit out the game this time, sister, make sure you be like, okay, I'm done playing this game. I reached the maximum level, okay? I'm going to be a spirit guide, okay? I'm going to do that, It's just
so that's exactly what I'm striving for, not to be stuck in this loop of life. For some people, it is fun. For some people, it's fun, it's interesting, it's this, it's that, it's the other. And for me, I'm like, why? So think about it. Okay, so let's talk like this, okay? If Jesus died for everybody's sins and people are still sinning, do you not think his spirit is sitting back saying, what was the point?
Oh my goodness.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I'm sitting back and I'm like, all these people are saying that Jesus did all these things and he died on the cross for their sins, but yet they're still sinning, still bickering, still this, still that, and they're still finding people to blame it on.
Other than themselves.
Oh, it's their fault. These people are doing this and that and the other in society and blah, 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 and it's their fault. Your creative mind, your creative life. If we are the creators of our reality and we signed up for this, then why are you not creating what it is that you want up here? How do I get out of this? If it's food that's missing, then how do I get more food? If it's not money, because money is something, don't get me wrong, money, they say is energetic, but it's also man-made. It's created.
It's a tool that gets you the resources that you may need access to.
Yes.
Basically it, sis.
But you got billions of people ready to kill, steal, fight, and do all these craziness for it.
Because of the energy that was put into it and everything, the programming of what it is and everything. So yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. So the question was brought up to me, like, how would we change this situation? But I already see how society is keeping people pinned, and it's crazy because I'm just like, why can people not see this?
You know what? Sister, this goes back to, and I'm going to go back to this lecture that I was watching. And he said, what was it? Let me read it, okay? He said it was something like, you'll realize that your problem is humanity. Basically what he was saying, this is an individual journey, because you will see that, like you said, there are people who not gonna be privy to want to tap into stuff like that, not want to be privy to seeing what you see, because no, that's not it. Remember I was telling you, they was like, oh, I see your light, you seem more bright, you this, that, and the third, what'd you do? And I'm like, oh, well, I did this and this. And no, it ain't that simple. What did you do? And I was like, well, I just told you, but, I'm not going to force you to understand, because right now, maybe you're just not in the alignment or the lifetime to understand where I'm coming from, but I just told you that that is what it was. It may seem simple to you, but for me on this journey, it wasn't all that simple at times for me. So I'm just putting it out
So
there.
you're better than me, because when they say they see my light, the first thing I'm gonna ask them is, what color is it and how do you see it?
Now,
Because I need to.
I
What
get
I'm
what
trying
you're
to
saying, sis. What I took from that was my glow. Just my glow.
yeah. Explain to me what it is you're seeing first, so I can explain to you how I got there.
hmm I mean, but that's how I took it. The glow. I didn't need all of that. I understood they see my glow because I see my own glow. I see my own light. I already know this, so I knew what they meant. I didn't need to go further in this. That's why I went on ahead and be like, well, I did this, I did that, I did. But to them, I was like, no, that's too simple. We got to be complicated than that. I was like,
So that's why, see, but they kept going, and that's why I'd have been like, well, what are you seeing? Because I need to understand. When you say light, are you talking about the actual light that's shining around me, or are you looking at something more superficial?
Yeah.
Because people use, and that's where I love when that guy was talking about language, because people use the language that they hear, but they use it at a superficial level, and the depth and the magnitude is lost behind it. And that's why he grabbed my attention, because he's so right. You could be having a conversation with somebody and use terminology and language that they heard, but that doesn't mean that they've reached the depth and understanding of where you're at in that situation. Yeah. So that's why we do this, but I don't do this anywhere else, because I do it with my daughters, because especially Ela, because I know that when I say something, me and her can understand. But at that point, I'm looking at people like, yeah, you've heard the word light. We've all heard, like I said, awakening.
Terminology of it, yeah.
Yeah, but are you still on a superficial level with it, or are you starting to travel with this? Because for me, superficial is what I've been seeing, and I'm not knocking anybody for it. But to talk about it with them is to say that the depth and understanding is not where I'm not there. I've already understood that portion of it. So yeah, it's easier for you to converse with the masses because you're still there. And as you travel, then you start to understand. And so that's why I said right now, it's more about the connection between me and source. And right now, that connection that I found, the deepest connection for me is astrology, because we can tap into the earth, but we came from the earth. So we're already tapped into the earth. What makes these planets so dynamic that they can change the aspects here? And the only thing I can say is that's true creation. And when I start going really deep in it, it's kind of like, okay, I see what he's saying. Once you speak about it, then yeah, I love it.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. And then, like you said, sis, when you start to go on your journey and tap into what resonates with you, and you utilize that and understand, okay, I can get this. Oh, I see that, or I get that. That's basically what we're here, talking to our audience. That's basically what we're portraying to you. We're being who we are, sharing this system works for me to understand what I'm doing. This works for me.
Yeah, how fast did the synchronicity started coming?
Yeah, very much so. And you can see it. You definitely can see it. You froze again, sis. Are you there? Oh, I'm dancing. Okay, there we go. Okay. You wasn't in a pose that time.
Yeah, this one's been freezing a lot.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. I usually say, oh, this is probably the satellites or something like that. I don't want to blame my computer. I don't always want to do that.
Oh no, I don't know if it's on your side or my side. I don't know.
No, I'm just speaking. That's
yeah. No. Well, I think we should just watch through this one before we upload it, because it'll be kind of choppy for somebody to watch.
But also, we can't cut it off here, but also it also shows our authenticity as well. So we just being authentically us, talking. Y'all know shit happens. Shit happens. Come
Well,
on.
we're in the middle of a Mercury retrograde. This is gonna happen, and I'm okay with that. But
There you go.
it would be a little bit. So if I was watching this and it froze that many times, I would probably get off of it.
Hey, everybody's different.
Yeah, you're right.
Depends. If the conversation is really grabbing me, I'ma stay. And I also, with us doing this and me having the experience, I can show compassion to that other individual as well. Because I got the experience, I can understand where they come from. They got a message they trying to put out. But that's, again, it's different for
But we could redo it too. That's too easy to redo it, re-put out the information, because they're gonna lose certain stuff depending on which end it's frozen on.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. We basically say the same stuff.
Yeah, I would pretty much rather redo it than for there to be something lost in translation where it froze.
I got you.
Yeah.
I got you. When it freezes up, it doesn't show the screen black. It just shows that you sitting pretty. That's about it. And then I just stop talking and start singing. So, like I said, I'll definitely go over and look at that.
So the screen went black in the beginning, but I don't know whose end it was on. I was sitting here like
that's what I'm saying. I didn't see that on my end because we recorded.
Okay.
And I didn't see that on my end.
Okay.
Well, yeah. Well, we don't have nothing else, you know. Hey, if you took something from that interaction right there, this is us, Conscious Talk. We are getting on it, doggone it, with our own podcast, learning the technical difficulties. You know, we in 2 different locations.
Mercury retrograde.
All of that too. All of that. See how the planets are moving, sis just said it, and the energy. So right there, bada boom, bada bing. But before we get up out of here, sis, was there anything else you wanted to say?
I'm good. I'm good.
Okay. Okay, family. Thank y'all for joining us. Until then, family, find your light and then fix your crown, family. Peace.
We were disco dancing.